In a country like Nigeria, where corruption has eaten deep into the system and integrity is a rare quality among politicians, a story shared by Apostle Chibuzo Gift Chinyere, the founder of Omega Power Ministry Port Harcourt, has once again proven why millions of Nigerians still hold Peter Obi in such high regard. Apostle Chibuzo revealed that one of his church members, who works with one of Nigeria's top security agencies, confided in him about something truly shocking. According to this officer, their agency was instructed to carry out a deep, intensive investigation into the life and records of Mr. Peter Obi going as far back as 1980 with the goal of finding just one thing, anything at all, to use against him. They wanted something they could twist, something they could use to tarnish his image or discredit his name. But after combing through every possible document, record and transaction from over 4 decades, from 1980 till date, they found absolutely nothing. Not even one trace of corruption, not one questionable deal, not one case of financial mismanagement. Everything came out clean. Think about that for a moment. In a nation where political figures are often surrounded by endless scandals, where public office is seen by many as an opportunity for self-enrichment, they searched Peter Obi's life and came out empty-handed. That speaks volumes, not just about who he is as a politician, but about the kind of person he is as a human being. Apostle Chibuzo made this known through a post on his verified Facebook page. He wrote, and I quote, "One of my sons that works with one of the security agents told me yesterday that his office was instructed to do intensive investigation going back up to 1980 about Peter Obi to just find one thing to incriminate him, and they could not find even one." This revelation has once again shown why Nigerians support Peter Obi, and honestly, it's not surprising to those who truly know the man, Peter Obi. For years, people have described him as one of the most transparent leaders Nigeria has ever produced, a man who lives what he preaches. His humility, accountability, and prudence with public funds have always stood out. When he was the governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi didn't live like the typical Nigerian politician. He didn't spend recklessly. He didn't build mansions with public money. He didn't live extravagantly while his people suffered. Instead, he worked tirelessly to improve education, healthcare, and infrastructure, and most importantly, he saved money for the state, even when other governors were leaving debts behind. That is why this revelation from Apostle Chibuzo is not shocking. It only confirms what many Nigerians already know, that Peter Obi is a man of integrity. Now, integrity is not something you can fake. It's not something you can buy. It's something that shows over time, especially under pressure. Peter Obi has faced so many challenges, accusations, and political attacks, yet not one credible corruption case has ever been proven against him. Even when his opponents dig deep to destroy him, they always end up exposing their own weaknesses because there's nothing in Obi's past that can stain him. And that is why millions of Nigerians, especially the youth, have chosen to support him. Not because he is perfect, but because he represents something rare in our political space: hope. Hope that integrity still matters. Hope that good governance is possible. Hope that we can have leaders who truly serve the people, not themselves. Sometimes, people wonder why millions of Nigerians support Peter Obi, and I always tell them that Peter Obi's integrity is the major reason why people love him so much. Yes, he did well in Anambra State, that's undeniable. But beyond performance, beyond policies, beyond political promises, it's his character that speaks loudest. People can feel his sincerity. They can see that he genuinely cares. That's why Nigerians across religion, tribe, and social class continue to rally around him. Now let's be honest, how many Nigerian politicians can face a 40-year background check and come out clean? Very few, if any. Many can't even survive an investigation of their last 4 years, let alone 4 decades. Yet Peter Obi passed that test effortlessly, not because he had someone covering up for him, but because he has lived a life guided by principle, discipline, and truth. It's also a powerful lesson for all of us, especially the younger generation. Integrity pays. Doing the right thing, even when no one is watching, will always set you apart. Peter Obi's story reminds us that leadership is not about power, it's about trust, and trust is built through years of honesty and accountability. This is why many Nigerians continue to campaign for him, even when he holds no political office at the moment. They see in him the kind of leader Nigeria desperately needs, someone who can rebuild trust in government, fight corruption sincerely, and lead by example. If such a man becomes president, corruption in Nigeria will not disappear overnight, but it will drastically reduce because the tone at the top will change. When the leader is clean, it becomes harder for others under him to misbehave. Apostle Chibuzo's story is not just about Peter Obi. It's about the kind of leadership Nigeria deserves, a leadership rooted in truth, accountability, and service. For too long, we've celebrated the wrong people. We've allowed those who loot our commonwealth to rise, while those who stand for integrity are mocked. But Nigerians are waking up. The Obedient movement is proof that people are now more aware, more discerning, and more determined to take back their country. And so as we look ahead to 2027, the message is simple. Integrity must return to power. Nigeria needs a leader who has been tested and found trustworthy. A leader who doesn't see power as a personal gain, but as a sacred responsibility. That's why millions are saying, let's support Peter Obi again. Let's give this man a chance to fix our country. Because when we have a leader who cannot be bought, who cannot be blackmailed, and who cannot be compromised, that's when we will truly start building a new Nigeria. To Apostle Chibuzo, thank you for sharing this powerful testimony. To every Nigerian listening or watching, remember, integrity is not weakness, it's strength. And to Mr. Peter Obi, thank you for showing us that politics doesn't have to be dirty, that it's possible to serve and still stay clean. The search for something to incriminate Peter Obi failed, not because they didn't try hard enough, but because there was nothing to find. And that alone is the biggest testimony of who he truly is. A new Nigeria is possible. Let's put our hands together and support a man that has what it takes to turn around Nigeria. And that man is Mr. Peter Obi.